Hi guys. It seems like every time I try to sit down and do a video, I can't get to doing it because something's either going on with this dang on phone or somebody's calling me. It's always something. Once I get like a little bit of change, I'm going to get a better item to start recording, because doing this on my phone is becoming a headache. So anyway, where was I? Yes. Oh, welcome to our channel, guys. I'm Sharonda Isadora, and today we'll be doing another book review. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, so tonight's review will be on Shadow Blade by Seressia Glass. This is book 1 in her Shadowchaser series. I really am not a fan of these glasses. I have to get me like an extra set of pair of glasses, because they're like the readers at the bottoms, and you know, the, what do you want to call it, the seers, I don't know, you know, what you see at the top, and it's so annoying to always just like look up just to read something, because looking at my computer screen and it's a pain. I always get off subject, so sorry. Let's get back to this. All right, so let's start all over, shall we? Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Sharonda Isadora, and tonight will be another book review. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, so as I said, this will be on Shadow Blade by Seressia Glass. This is book 1 in her Shadowchaser series. I think there's currently 3 books in the series right now. And for the most part, I did enjoy the book. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to talk a little bit about the story, the character herself, and the world building and stuff like that. So so what this story is about, the story or the series is revolving around Kira Solomon. She is a very powerful woman. She has these powers. Just think of Rogue from X-Men. She when she touches people with her hands, she's able to drain their energy, and at times also drain her own energy. So Kira, of course, walks around with right now with gloves and stuff like that. Kira is a antiques collector or antiques expert, both, if you want to say. During the day, that's her day job, and she also is a shadow chaser, which is the name of the series. And Kira she's basically, you know, gets the bad guys in his side, which is in her world there is light and there is shadow. Kira works for this organization called the Gilead. Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it, the Gilead, and they are the light. And then of course you have the shadow, which is the bad guys. And Kira, you know, when she's working for the Gilead, she's chasing down the bad guys from the shadows part. So in book 1, Kira comes across this very powerful dagger from Egypt, Africa, and it's very powerful, and she has to find out, well, she does find out who the blade belongs to, and she also now has to keep this blade from falling into the wrong hands, because once the blade does get into the wrong hands, like I said, it's a very powerful blade, and it can be used, you know, if given on the evil side, it can do some very bad, dark things. Kira finds out who the blade originally belongs to, and this is where you have your other character come inside of the book, who is Kafar, this Nubian warrior, and this gorgeous black body. Oh God. Like the way the author described this man, like, child. Only thing I wasn't a fan of with Kafar was he was thin, and I don't like I'm not a girl that I'm not a fan of thin men. I like my men not like big and husky or whatever, but you know, I like muscular men, you know, just big muscular men, and Kafar was thin and muscular, which is fine, you know. But just the way she described him, you know, she's like, girl. Ooh. So, anyway, so this is what you have in the story. So now you have Kira and Kafar. They have to, first Kira is like suspicious of Kafar because she doesn't know, you know, what side he's playing on. And Kafar does turn out to be a good guy in the story. She gives the blade or the dagger or whatever you want to call it back to Kafar, and now Kafar and Kira have to keep this dagger, keep this blade from this other character, this evil character that wants to get his hand on it. So this is what your story is revolving around right now. So my thoughts on Kira, for the most part, I thought Kira was your typical heroine in a paranormal story. She fit the mold. In my opinion, and when I say she fit the mold, what I'm saying is, like, when you go, in my opinion, when you go inside most of these paranormal romance, urban fantasies, rather it's the, you know, hero or heroine, you have these characters that, you know, they don't trust anyone, even the people that, you know, that they have in their lives and that they care deeply about. You know, they trust them, but they really don't trust them. You know, they have like these anger issues, you know, they have like, you know, this barely concealed anger, you know, that they can barely hold on to or whatever. And they're self-professed loners, you know, they have chosen to walk this earth alone because, you know, because of their powers, and, you know, they can't bring anyone into their lives because they don't want anybody to get hurt, or, you know, or anything like that. So when I say, that's what I mean when I say, you know, she fit the mold for most of these heroines in the story, in my opinion, you know, in a paranormal type, you know, paranormal urban genre. This is what most of these characters are written to do. I mean, you do have some that have partners or stuff like that, but majority of them, you know what I mean, they're loner type characters, and because of these powers, or because of this, or, you know, because of the world that they're in, you know, they just can't bring danger to anyone around them. So yeah. For the most part, I could have did or done, you know, with or without Kira. Me personally, as a reader, I have a love-hate relationship with these, you know, with these type of characters. I just, you know, it's just like, like walking around with all this pent up emotion and pent up anger is just like, it is tiring to read, and that's just me having grown as a reader and going into these stories now. That's just me. When you see, like, back in the day, I probably would not have mind reading this, but now it's just like, as you get a little older, you just pick up on different things as you're reading. So for the most part, I like Kira, but it was just like, I didn't like her, you know what I mean? Because it was just like, even when people were telling her something for her own good, to protect her, it was just like, I'm going to do what I want to do. You can't tell me what to do. And it was just like, it was so, it was so annoying to read. So for the most part, I could have done without Kira in the story, but she's the main character, so what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? But it was just like chick, get over it. Like, everybody isn't, like, I understand, like, with these characters, I understand what your childhood was like if you had a painful childhood. Understand what your past was like if you had a bad past. Understand what your present is like if you have a difficult present. I get it, I understand it, but to walk around with this barely concealed anger, and every time somebody pisses you off, you want to beat them up or chop their head off or smack the shit out of them, it's just like, oh my God, like, sis, bruh, give us all a break and just calm down. You know what I mean? Just calm down. It's going to be okay. There is no need to be so angry. So, for the most part, I liked her, but I was just like, but you always have these other characters in these stories that makes the main character more easier to deal with. And this is where Kafar and Kira's mother or her mentor came in. They make the main characters, or they made Kira, in this case, they made Kira more easier to deal with, because even though she got on their nerves, they're all these Kafar and the other characters in the story were they knew, what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? They knew what Kira was capable of, and because one or more of them probably been through the same things that she went through. It was easier for them to deal with her, which makes it easier for you as a reader to deal with her. Not that you had to like her very much. that was my case. So and the other thing that made the story easier was the world building itself. The world building was excellent in Shadow Blade. Very diverse world. The ethnicity of the characters. This story itself was based in Atlanta, Georgia. The world, the magic part of the world, the paranormal part of the world. Miss Glass wrote it, so it was very easy, like, given so much history that she put inside of this book, especially dealing with Kafar, because he's like this 4,000-year-old Nubian warrior, and because Kira is this artifacts collector, given the history that she put inside of this book, it was very easy to catch on. You go into some of these paranormal worlds, and it's just like, it's hard sometimes. It takes you some chapters to finally, like, be like, what is going on here? You know, for you to finally catch on to the world and the building and stuff like that. But I believe with this story, Miss Glass made it very, very easy for you to catch on to everything. You understand what I'm saying? So I love that aspect of the story. The magic world, like I said, the magic, the paranormal world, the characters, the different type of paranormal creatures and stuff like that was very, very just easy to grasp onto and enjoy. The action in the book, the fight scenes was just great, and the connection between Kira and Kafar was excellent. I enjoyed their connection, and even though Kira was this, in my opinion, difficult character to read or decipher or whatever, I really liked the fact that Miss Glass made the relationship between Kira and Kafar so genuine and not difficult, you know what I mean? Because when it came to Kafar, like, I like that she made it that Kafar made it easier for Kira to break Kira down, you know what I mean? Like, because she wasn't able to touch people and not have, like, we all need, as humans, as whatever, we all need that physical contact. And with Kira, because she couldn't have physical contact with people, you know, she built up this wall. So for whatever reason, Kafar, when she touched him, she wasn't able to drain him or anything like that. So the connection between them was so genuine, Pony. Okay, I'm getting off subject, but the connection between, because she was able to touch Kafar, not only just talk to him and have a connection with him, but because she was able to touch him as well, it just, the relationship between them was just really, really great. And I love the fact that Kira was able to break down with Kafar early in the book. Like, we didn't go into like 15 chapters and she still was just like, I don't like you, I don't you know what I mean? Like, she didn't trust him, you know, fully, but she, you know, slowly but surely throughout the book, he was able to like break her down and get her to trust him and stuff like that. But it started early in the chapters in the book. You know, she just wasn't just like, rah, you know what I mean, throughout like the first 15 chapters of the book. So that was excellent. So the relationship between Kafar and Kira was just like on point. I really, really enjoyed that. Yeah, I mean, I like this book. I thought it was great. Like I said, I could have had a love-hate relationship with Kira, but that's just me. But yeah, I loved it, and I'm going to give this one 4 stars on Goodreads. It was just, yeah, it was just great. I loved her. The writing was great. The world building was great. You know, I had some issues here and there, but for the most part, Shadowblade was an excellent book. Just great. And I really, really enjoyed it. So, yeah, that's it for me. See, not that long. Yeah. This book, of course, is available across all your book buying channels, book buying networks, you know, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, all those other good places. And until the next one, later days, guys. Bye.